and welcome. You're joining us, that's me and Ajit Gulabchand at Lavasa, a site that has certainly become largely disputed and mired in controversies. But let's get some stories correct, on record, factual information on HCC's side as well. Give us the whole story of the fact that at the moment we are expecting the Environment Ministry officials to come down here. What is it that you're going to be able to show them as a response to their various allegations?
Well, as the MOEF ministry's officials who are doing the hearing have been asked by the court to go and visit Lavasa and be there for 3 days in order to study it. Now, so when they come here, we still do not know exactly what they will study, but we lay down to them all the necessary environmental work that we have done, pursuant to the hill station policy, pursuant to the environment impact assessment that has been done, study that has been done, and the mitigating features that we have adopted, and also what we have adopted as all the various experts around the world, who, including Janine Benyus, the founder of biomimicry, has suggested.
Sure.
All these experts are on standby to also depose before them.
But since you already have a sense of the allegations, to an extent it's of course about infringement of environment laws, what is it that HCC is preparing to say in its own defense?
Well, to be honest, until we see, they are very general allegations. So those are repetitions of what Beda Patkar and Northern Alliance have placed before them.
According to HCC?
Yeah, according to HCC, and if you read the allegations of Beda Patkar and if you see their final order, I mean the interim order, they are almost in most types even verbatim.
Are you saying that the minister, the environment minister or the ministry are biased towards Beda Patkar's allegations?
They mentioned them as charges made by Beda Patkar. But the fact is that these are the charges. So general charges are very difficult to answer. When they come here, we will specifically lay down to them what exactly we have done in the area of environment, pursuant to all the policies under which we have acted.
So one of the key and the most important charges right from the start has been that there has been construction above the prescribed limit of 1,000 meters or 900 meters. Now, what is it that you have constructed and why this allegation? What would be your defense on this allegation?
The allegation is that since we have constructed above 1,000 meters, this falls under the purview of the MOEF to approve this project. Now, this is only a question of turf, that who should approve. If it's above 1,000 meters, it's MOEF. Second is, the only structure we have above 1,000 meters is a symbolic arch that has been created as an entry point to Lavasa.
But why was the permission not taken right after the start?
First of all, this is simply an arch. It costs less than 5 crores, so the permission is not required. So, and even if the permission was required, it's only regarding that arch, not the rest of the project, because that does not fall above 1,000 meters.
But technically speaking, the Ministry of Environment can always turn around and say that any construction is construction, right?
No, I'm sorry. This is sort of trying to find a sort of some kind of a splitting hair. It's obviously not construction. This is simply a symbolic arc. It could have been a toll road, toll booth tomorrow. This is immaterial. When we mean in creating a whole new town or a city, what we mean is substantive construction that forms the city. So I don't think
But do you regret the fact that originally the permission that was not sought for some of these areas, in terms of the land that you have, should have been sought from the Environment Ministry? Because if that is the allegation, that the permission wasn't sought in the first place, and therefore
let's put this straight. Let's give a little bit of history to this. The Maharashtra government had a Hill Station Act and invited people to participate in their program to create hill stations and hill cities.
Right.
Several people like Ambi Valley, other people have also applied, so did we. And we got the permission. So we are really, this is a kind of public-private partnership with the Maharashtra government. They laid down certain environment guidelines in the Hill Station Act, both objectives and measurable guidelines. Second is that as far as we were concerned, the 1994 guidelines very clearly exempted us from going anywhere, and they told us that the state government permission is more than enough. Besides, tourism projects in that have been exempted even by the MOEF. The subsequent 2004 amendments do not violate this section 18, which gives this exemption. So we, in our minds, were absolutely clear Whereas as far as we are concerned, we really don't need it.
Is there a discord, according to you, between what's happening at the centre versus the state
I
government
think
policy on environment?
there is. But in 2006, they changed the notification. That made it very clear that for subsequent things we have to go. And in that context, every permission that we have sought subsequently, whether it be for a power pipe transmission line, or whether for a tunnel, or for the matter for the next 3,000 hectares of development, we have gone to the MOEF. And the MOEF is for last 15 months is considering that proposal.
Right.
So it's not as if we are very clear that we did not require. In any case, I think our bona fides are very clear. If you ask me, do I regret? Maybe I should have said, even if we don't require, let's still go and get it.
Right.
Wasn't that difficult to get those permissions? It was really out of a
But all this has
clear
had an
understanding.
impact, a huge impact rather, not just on your market cap, but also on your plans for the Lavasa IPO.
Yeah.
Today, what do you want to justify to your investor about what have been the allegations of the Ministry of Environment?
See, as far as to justify to my investors is very clear. We are very clear that we did not need the Ministry of Environment permission. However, we feel extremely disturbed that the Ministry of Environment should have passed such a harsh show cause notice, asking us just because of whether they should have approved or Maharashtra government should have approved, and for violations we may have committed, to have actually stopped work here and restore status quo ante to 2005.
So, for all the allegations
But
they made,
look at the damage that happened. 10,000 people lost their jobs. There are 2,000 third-party third-party rights created that are violated. There are schools built for the villagers here that have to be broken down.
Yeah.
The 800,000 trees we have planted in pursuant
what
to the
kind of
policy.
money are we talking about?
We're talking about losing 2 crores a day here. Plus, they knew that the IPO was on, and they HCC law, and whose money? It's not just my money, which is a small holding in HCC. The rest of it is public money.
Right.
So as far as we are concerned, I thought that, the minister mentioned that our response was vituperative. The
Yes.
show cause notice was vituperative. Our response, on the other hand, has been quite mild and civilized.
But you have been calling some of these allegations rather frivolous, right?
I did not say that at any time. I have only mentioned that they are wrong, and we will be able to prove so. And as I said, even if, let us say, it gets decided, tomorrow the courts decide that it was the MOF who should have given the permission and not state government, have we done something so terribly wrong that cannot be rectified? They have
So what is the way forward? Is there a solution to this, and is that solution coming in? See, there are two ways to look at it. One, they will see an interim solution, which will mean a little bit of pain for HCC and a little bit of solution for MOEF. The other side is, which we've seen, yes, block further construction, but they could also be what would be, well, raise it to the ground. So obviously, the stakes are high to raise it to the ground.
You so easily put it of raising it to the ground. Why did we build this? This was a promise to the state government of Maharashtra that you come and build here. They declared the area. We went and bought land. We created this whole
Is the
thing.
state government supporting you?
Of course it is supporting.
Through and through all of this versus
of
the
course
Ministry
it
of
is under
Environment?
their own requirements that this has been done. Under their own approvals this has been done. So why wouldn't they? Of course they are supporting us.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in a moment. We're going to discuss with him the allegations made by Medha Patkar in detail. Stay with us. We're at Lavasa in conversation with Ajit Gulabchand.